Hi and welcome if this is your first time here, and welcome back if you've been here before. I am doing readings for the Virgo full moon, and this is going to be for Pisces. But regardless of what your sun sign or your moon sign is, we have many different placements in our birth chart, so this message may still resonate. We've also just come into Pisces season, and again, even if you have birdies coming into my house, the birdies seem to walk in here anytime and just make themselves comfortable. So regardless of when you find this, if it's the Virgo full moon or Pisces season or not, the messages may still resonate. Pisces season has a very dreamy energy, imaginative, but also intuitive and emotional. It's a water sign. So you may be experiencing some of those energies where you're daydreaming or feeling hopeful that your dreams can come true, or feeling this sort of romance energy, I think. And then we have the Virgo full moon coming up, and the Virgo energy can be very detail orientated, and I'm not going to go into too much about that. This is a reading for Pisces. Let's see what the cards have to say. We have a number 25 card, so the number 25 might be significant. And this is sewer made. Your sensuality is beautiful. So someone might need to connect with that aspect of themselves, the sensual aspect of yourself. You may or may not have some trauma or just subconscious beliefs or experiences that have affected the way you feel about physical intimacy. And sometimes we just haven't learned healthy ways of embodying and tapping into certain energies. Like our sensuality is part of being a human being, and sometimes the way we learn about things through what we hear and what we watch, what we experience, what we see, it can distort how we see physical intimacy, and then it can distort how we feel about it. And say you very much want to have a beautiful, physically intimate relationship with your partner, your wife or husband, another person, but you haven't accessed that part of yourself yet, or not fully, or not in the way that you want, and then it's difficult to connect with another person in that way if we haven't connected with ourselves in that way. So on a very superficial level, it might just be that you've been dealing with so much life stuff, like being a parent, or work has been so tough that you haven't even thought about physical intimacy, or you've internally been so stressed, or so feeling sick, or just not in the space that you want to be, either physically or emotionally or mentally, that you haven't been able to feel that energy. And you don't need another person or something else outside of you to elicit feeling sensual and feeling comfortable in your body, and radiating that energy in a healthy way, not to gain or attract something necessarily, but just to be able to enjoy it, because that's all energies are part of who we are or we can be. So there might have been something either superficial or something really deep that affects how you feel about your sensuality. Something could have happened around the age of 25 for someone, that, again, it could be something really deep or something really traumatic. It could be something like body shaming, or your first experience with someone wasn't very pleasant, or um, you've just never experienced how good it can be. It could be a number of things, but something could have happened around the age of 25. 25 adds up to a 7 as well. And sevens for me is like a number of spiritual evolution. It can be a literal spiritual awakening that you are either going through now or experienced then. We can have a number of them, or just learning deeply and more about something. It's higher learning. It's like going to university and then becoming really good at something, or studying an art form and becoming a master pianist or chess player. And I mean, this can happen with anything. You can learn yourself in this way, learn about God, religion, how to be a parent, anything really. So that might be happening now. You might be on a spiritual journey or a self-love journey, connecting more with yourself, and the different aspects of yourself. And this might be an aspect of yourself that is wanting to be expressed, or wanting your awareness, or wanting to be revealed, or wanting to evolve, change, or grow in some way. I do want to check the book to see what it says about this. At the bottom of the deck we have a number 2 card, which is Fairy of the Divine Hand, Intoxication, Distorted View, Overindulgence. There's so many things in this world that can affect our well-being, and dim or distort or diminish that bright light inside of us. We have a number of chakras that represent different energies, and our sensual energy is related to our sacral chakra. And if you have been sick for a long time and medicating a lot, it can block certain sensations or a feeling of vitality. You could be in an environment where you have to dress a certain way, maybe very modestly, or a job where you have to wear a uniform and you can't express yourself through your clothing. That sensual energy is related to creativity as well. If you are not free to be creative with how you speak, how you move, how you dress, what you do, it sort of can diminish that sacral chakra energy, which is sensual energy, creative energy. There could be something that you're either overindulging in, or that you've been using or doing to an extreme that diminishes that orange sacral energy within you. And this can be anything. Overindulging in the act in a way that's not healthy for you can diminish how special and how sacred and spiritual it can feel, or engaging or in physical intimacy with the wrong type of person and sharing the wrong type of energy, having it only be a physical thing and not an emotional thing and a mental thing and an energetic thing. We are learning to access this different aspects of ourselves, and shedding a whole lot of aspects of ourselves. You might have a distorted view of yourself, as in you don't see yourself as a good person, and so it's hard to connect to the energy and the emotion and the feeling of that aligned and beautiful sacral or sensual energy that is more pure and not toxic. And we can see a lot of that play out in the world, and then take that on, or we don't really know what it's supposed to look like or feel like. Let's see what the book says about your sensuality is beautiful. It could be anything like the ideal man or woman is represented in the media or in the world to look like this, and you don't look like that, so you don't feel like you're attractive. It could be that the person you're with has lost their attraction to you, and so now you don't feel attractive, but nothing about you has changed. Or maybe you've even gotten better over time, but they might be going through something of their own, and so are unable to connect with you in that way, and then that makes you feel like you're not attractive. And we sort of have to get to a place where you can find what you need within you. We should be able to access love and reciprocity and friendship and companionship and all of those things outside of us. We should be, but when you can access it within you first, then it's easier to access it on the outside. When the sewer maid swims in, she is here to remind you of the treasures that you have that may be labeled bad and perhaps even pushed away or forced underneath. Often there is certain ideologies associated with how men can express or be when it comes to their physicality and sensuality and sexuality, and how women should be. And sometimes it doesn't fit and it doesn't resonate, and then you just shame yourself or suppress certain things. Sometimes you aren't in a healthy space to be able to be how you want to be in the best way you can be. Sometimes we find coping mechanisms, right? So you might be deeply longing for emotional intimacy, someone that makes you feel things within your heart space, or things that make you feel. You might be longing for that emotional energy, and then you overindulge in sexual energy. Or you might be needing mental stimulation and connection, and then you over emotional in a relationship. It can look so many different ways. And it's really about taking the time to go within and uncover, what is it that I'm really longing for? Am I overeating on chocolate because I'm feeling sad and lonely? Am I binging on carbs because it's satisfying that sacral lack that I'm feeling? It can be so many things. It can be simple, and it can be really complex as well. We often have negative thoughts that we are too short, too tall, our thighs are too large, our breasts are too small, our hair is not right, our face is not pretty enough. We speak to ourselves in negative ways, and we begin to feel we are not good enough. And when this takes place, the result can be that we begin to create negative experiences, blockages, and difficulties. We push away people rather than attract them, even when we want to attract them. We hide for fear that what others will see will not be good enough. So if you can't be comfortable having a vulnerable, honest conversation with someone, can you be comfortable being physically naked with them? If you are not able to really emotionally connect with somebody, can you expect that physically it's going to feel amazing when you are taking your emotions out of the equation? So this is about showing yourself or revealing to yourself what the dark thoughts or the negative self-deprecating thoughts you have, or feelings that you have about yourself, that you might have acquired, not because subconsciously, through experiences that you've had. Do you need to embrace your natural beauty more, or do you need to dress up and look sexy for once and feel confident doing that? Do you need to access more of your masculine or your feminine energy, regardless of whether you are male or female? Masculine and feminine energy is not necessarily about the male attributes or the female attributes that we usually associate with it. Okay, that's not where I thought this reading would go. I didn't expect that. But let's get some tarot and clarify, what is this your sensuality is beautiful about? What can it be related to specifically for whoever's watching? We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Hierophant. something might have been very slow moving in your life or very stagnant. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck, but is also the most grounded, the most consistent, loyal, dependable, reliable. What aspects, and there comes the birdies again, what aspects of your life, where in your life, whether you are male or female, have you not shown up for yourself and offered yourself the tangible things that you need? Whether that is self-care in the sense of physical grooming or exercise or feeding yourself well or getting enough rest. What things have you not been giving yourself? This knight looks tired, really tired, and he looks like a hard-working person, and this isn't gender specific. Like you might, whether you're male or female, like if you're a female and you're a mom, you might dress down all the time and never dress up, and that's just something that your inner being needs to feel more attractive. Or you don't spend enough time on self-care and you're always busy working or doing chores or running errands. This could be financial related. Maybe you feel maybe your finances aren't great, and so that makes you feel less attractive, because in this world, if you are, if you have expensive things and a nice car and you wear certain clothes, then you're attractive. And do you need to do a mind shift or show yourself love in other ways, or show up for yourself, figure out how you can show up for yourself and create the financial abundance that you need, without attaching your self-worth and how you feel about yourself to physical things. The Hierophant, to me, in this sense, feels like a commitment, bringing the two aspects of yourself together. This can be like marriage, but an inner marriage, the masculine and the feminine parts of yourself. And this, again, it can be with another person as well. I'm drawn to the keys here. What aspects of yourself do you need to unlock to activate your sacral chakra and your sensuality, to make you feel more complete within yourself? I feel like these two are having marriage counseling, like before they get married, or actually getting married. That might be in the cards for someone. Or even after they've been married, are you maybe in therapy and dealing with your inner child wounds, or just finding ways to self-improve? Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. The bottom of the deck is the Nine of Pentacles. This is being good on your own. This is having enough abundance. But this isn't the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is having a partner, the family, the community, the friends, the money, the home, the job. It's all of it. And this is sort of doing it on your own, but being content. And this is not, I'm doing on my own because I have to and I have no other choice, and or I don't want people around because I've been hurt so much. This is, I'm happy even though I'm alone, but I'm healed enough to be able to share this with others and not be codependent and not overgive, or not be selfish, and be toxic towards someone else. This is being fruitful and abundant. And a lot of the time, if we've never learned to be content and happy and find love within ourselves, it might be difficult to create this external material abundance. And for some people, it's easy to create external material abundance, but it's not easy to love themselves on the inside. So whichever one you're lacking, that might be something that you need to look into. you might need to commit to self-love or your spiritual journey, or going and studying that new course or getting that degree, or going to therapy, or an exercise routine. There's something that you need to commit to for yourself, that you need to give yourself. And I feel like once you do that, it's like she's there, she's got 9 pentacles, and then this person comes with another pentacle, and then the two of them together can have the 10 of pentacles. It's kind of the energy that I'm getting. Wow, this one's gone on longer than the other readings for the Virgo full moon series that I'm doing. Let's get a Moonology card to close off. I don't know if that's landing with anyone. If it is landing, please let me know how it resonates. If you've made it this far, like, share, comment, subscribe. Let's get a card to close off from the Moonology deck. We have confidence is your key to success. So this is solar plexus energy, and earlier we were speaking about sacral energy. I do feel like someone is trying to create financial abundance or success in work, career, or in the world in a tangible sense. And what you are needing for this is work on your sacral and your solar plexus chakra. Creativity is such a big aspect of everything that we need to be in this world. Like, we can copy someone else, or be employed by someone and just do what we're told. But if you want to be innovative and do things that's never been done before, you need to tap into creative energy. But also, just living your life the way you really want to, and the way that's going to make you happy, is going to require creativity, because every single person is different and their lives can look completely different. And we are so accustomed to society, the world, conditioning, telling us this is how it's supposed to look. You're supposed to get married at this age, and this is what a relationship should look like, and these are the type of jobs you should do, and this is how you're going to make money, and this is what you should believe in. But if you can be confident enough and bold enough to trust yourself and feel empowered and tap into your creative energy, you can create what's in alignment with your soul and God and the universe, and in harmony with others, in a unique and different way. And that adds to the fabric of the world and the universe. There's no point in us all copy and pasting the same thing and being unhappy because, it looks like how they say it's supposed to look, but it doesn't feel right, and this isn't for me. Or it's really difficult because you don't fit that picture that was painted for you, or that you're trying to fit yourself into. Confidence is your key to success, whether that is just feeling and being internally that person that you want to be so that you can create that externally, or whether this is business, career, success in your relationships. Success can be defined in many different ways for all of us. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. You are good enough, and this came out in one of the other readings as well, and this is heart chakra energy. For us to be whole and complete, we can't only just focus on the physical, and you can't also just be all spiritual. I mean, you can, but we are spiritual and human beings with many different aspects to ourselves, and often we can be only in our heads and not emotional, or you're emotional but you don't act and create anything in the physical. And as we learn and grow and have the courage and the confidence to dig deeper in ourselves and not necessarily do more on the outside, because that's almost second nature to us, but create from within and from above, so we can create something special, something different, something beautiful, something that adds something new to the world. If you enjoyed this reading, I hope that I will see you again in another one.